was also going to ask him if the
Hmm.
mausoleum, like we could see the mausoleum, because you mentioned that before, if we know where it is.
Yes, okay.
Because I wanted to swing by and pick up that puppet if we were in the area.
Yes.
Because that's not going to be creepy and cursed.
Not at all, right?
Why does everyone want cursed items? It's scaring me.
Let's see. Mausoleum. Crooked House, Broken Prison. They've all got such chipper names, don't they?
Yeah.
The Asylum, Gloom Wrought Bridge.
Yeah, the
I
whole
might call
place is
it
just
the
a
slightly
cherry blossom.
Yeah. Mother Haggle. Dr. Zakari.
And then Fiddle and Blinds is so innocent with what it is.
Oh, you mean compared to what actually the outcome of their business?
Yes, it's like such an innocent name, and then you go in and it still rips your souls out. Like, no.
Well, if you really want stuff, you know.
Got a cool stick.
There we are, Mausoleum.
Speaking of stuff, I do not know for certain, but in my head canon, the guy without a hand and an eye, I think that might have been Vecna. Gathering his lost pieces to regain power. So cool moment.
Yeah.
Even if not real.
Okay, I have got the mausoleum. Let's see. I'll mark it on your map, and it actually is on your way, sort of.
Nice.
I'll
Okay.
shift ping it.
Oh, yeah, tower.
That's a nice touch. The good old Tower of Fools.
Let's have a look. Text. Okay, so the mausoleum's sort of parallel to the shrine of the Red Lady. You could, go a little bit east towards along the wall on the outside of the city, and head towards that if you wanted to go there.
Did we want to stop by
That's great.
the dentist first? Is it a lot
Oh,
on the way?
Do you want to stop where?
The dentist.
Dr. Zakari.
Oh. Right, yeah. I'm happy to stay outside of that place.
I will stay outside too to keep the weather nice.
Yeah, I'll
I
just,
stretch my
enjoy the
wings out and
sunshine.
give them a bit of a shake just to enjoy the...
It's nighttime, isn't it?
Well, it's always overcast and gloomy, so.
Yeah.
But not night, because it's not night now.
Oh.
you didn't have a long rest too long ago.
No, yeah, it's.
Oh, I thought that it was. Yeah, no, we did rest. Sorry. In my mind, for some reason, we were out before going for the rest. But
Okay.
then I remembered that we had the dream, and yeah. Cool.
Okay, so you find your way past the small little house with the lightning rod poking out the top, with constant, sparks coming from it from the sky, and go through to the innocuous door into the room and find the trapdoor in the floor, steep staircase going down, and finally into the basement, where you are met by Clara, the beautiful Eladrin assistant. And she welcomes you, Solotl. Ah, you're back. We were just talking about you. Are you free now for your fitting?
Yes, finally.
Okay. She says, right, well, here, come here, put this gown on. And she says, here, turn around and I'll give you a hand.
Okay. I'm here for the thief, though.
Well, we don't want to make a mess.
Okay.
And he says, now, visitors, visiting hours, there aren't specific visiting hours, but you can come and assist your friend. I'll come and get you. She grabs a torch from the wall and leads you through. She says, mind your step there, and there's a little bit of innards of some sort.
I'll just walk through it, not minding at all.
Okay. And eventually you go through to some sort of lab where Dr. Zakari welcomes you. Ah, fantastic. This is going to be exciting. And he says, just hop up onto the table over there. And you can see on a tray that Clara brings over, there's a few tools, little scalpels, a little mallet, some chisels, a little saw of some sort. But there's also these rows and rows of what look like silver spikes, and they're hollow on the inside. Of things are never hollow on the outside, are they? They're hollow. Oops, I've got you in the wrong room. Here we go. And he hooks you up and starts to say, now, breathe deeply, and he puts this thing over your nostrils.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, this is so you don't go into fits.
Is it necessary?
Oh, yes,
I want
indeed.
to be about my senses.
Senses? Oh, that's unheard of. It can be quite a painful experience.
I think I can take it.
He says, he looks at Clara and says, well, well, he's going to do it in the chair. He says, well then, okay, but you can't move.
Very well.
Okay. And he sort of pulls the back of this thing that you're sitting up on, and they put the gas away. And he says, right, now just hold on to these things here. And open wide. And Clara comes over.
As wide as it goes.
Yeah, all right. And he fits these two, they look like a cart jack. And he starts going, ratcheting them. And they open your mouth as wide as it will go, painfully so, but, nothing breaks. And meanwhile, he says, look up, keep looking up. And as Clara you can hear her fidgeting and fussing over you. For everyone outside, Riddle, Coriella, I'm just returning back to you. What are you guys doing? You're waiting out in this room. You know that the others have gone through beyond this chamber.
If
Well, I'm
the
still
weather's
outside too.
if the weather's clear enough,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to get a little bit of sunlight.
Okay.
I want to lay across Spike
Okay.
with the oil skin off and just relax.
There's no sun, but there's a haze, and there's definitely light coming through.
I'll enjoy it considering what we've been in.
Yeah, it's as good as it has been.
It smells a whole bunch better too.
And you can
Being
you can
outside
smell the,
Yes.
smells better than
incense wafting
inside.
around me. Like I do have the smell of like earthy, cedary incense going because
Right.
it's part of the spell.
Oh, is this the? No, we've had a long rest since you cast that, though. How long does it last?
Oh no, I cast it after the long rest when we came outside.
Oh, that's right.
First thing
Yeah.
in the morning.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
And
Yeah,
it lasts 8 hours.
Okay.
So it'll last all day.
Okay.
Until I go inside. So
Okay.
I know when I go inside somewhere it's
Yeah,
gonna
okay.
eventually stop.
Okay.
But that's why I'm staying outside. We'll enjoy it while we can.
All right. So everyone is actually outside, so you're not sort of on this map as such. Sir Lottle, you feel that your hands are restrained as you go to scratch yourself or move at some stage, and Clara comes around and sort of looks over the top at you and says, "Oh, nothing to fear, nothing to fear. It's just so that you don't thrash and hurt yourself."
Yep. He would try to reply, with his mouth wide open. I think we've all been through that. You know how it goes at the dentist. They ask you a million questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she says, "So, how's your day been? Been up to tricks?" And to cut a long story short, while it is painful, and you do take some damage, obviously you hear him going, and every now and then, you know that he's made a mistake of some sort, because he goes, and it goes, and he goes, and without stopping, he just says, "Okay, time to rinse, more suction," and you know that he's sort of getting Clara to mop up some sort of mess.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of that, he gets these little tongs and fittings, and every now and then some sort of electrical thing. He doesn't have a drill or anything like that, but he's got some sort of electrical device. And he says, "These will fuse them on. They should stay there as long as you're breathing." It takes quite a long time, but after maybe an hour or so, you see he gives the nod to Clara, and she starts unbuckling, and you can move finally. And he says, "Well, I hope this goes well. It seems to have gone well for me. I've taken many notes, and we'll perfect this over the next few times, perhaps."
What do you mean next few times? Isn't it done?
Oh, the next few people that I get to try it out on.
Ah, very well.
But when you say next few times, you go, "Aha!" He says, oh yes, the jack, Clara, fetch me the ratchet. We wouldn't want you running off with that still attached." And they take off the jack, the two jacks on either side, and Clara escorts you out.
I'll run my tongue through the new unfamiliar feeling.
Yes, your teeth feel a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And you're making your way out. Let's see, where are we? I'm on a map here somewhere. Oh yeah, you're over at the door. Okay. They seem bigger and they seem sharper.
Nice. Yeah. So I can add silver to my bite attack, I guess.
Yeah, you can add silver to your bite attack, and I'll get you to roll a d20 with advantage.
D20 with advantage. Okay.
Yeah, this is Dr. Zakari's medicine check.
So without bonuses, just straight.
I'll apply his bonuses.
Yeah.
I want it to be up to you how well they
one,
take. So you got a 13.
And second one. Oh, 215.
13. Okay.
My lucky day. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So it was successful, and they did graft. What does your bite normally do?
So I have two. One comes as a natural weapon, which I can use for any attack.
Mhm.
It's 1d6 plus strength, and I'm proficient in it.
Mhm.
And then there's the ratio feature, which allows me to also bite as a bonus action number of times equal to my proficiency bonus.
Okay. And
That would gives me temporary hit points, but that's cherry on top.
Okay. And what's the damage for it?
D6 plus 3.
Okay.
Which is
So
my strength.
right. So instead of D6, consider that it's a D8 now,
Ooh, nice.
and has the silver property for whatever
Okay.
purpose that might be.
Nice. It's better than my axes now. Axe and scimitar.
Mm.
That's cool.
Okay. And with that, she passes you this little pamphlet and says, "Oh, we try to get this from all of our subjects." She tries to, you know, that she called people subjects rather than customers.
Mhm.
and it's got a. I was satisfied, very satisfied, unsatisfied, very unsatisfied, neutral.
Does it give like faces?
I hate those things.
Does it give like faces doing like a frown or smile? With
Yeah,
different-
you can draw one if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll draw one that's like a very toothy grin, smiling.
Okay. And she says, good, fantastic. We like to see happy people. And with that, she ushers you out the door, closes the door, and you can leave Dr. Zakari to his next little scheme.
Zolotl comes out. I want to stick my hands up in the air. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Snap.
All right.
Oh god.
And there you are, down at Dr. Zakari's.
Love it.
Zolotl, show us. Give us smile. Smile.
Yeah, he'll do the smile that he practiced a long time ago with a certain riddle
Okay.
while traveling.
Well, you're looking very gangster now. You've got the grill going on.
And Dicky looks close. Silver, but effective.
Now,
Yeah.
you all make your way further south past. Let's see.
Why don't we go down to that cathedral place thingy?
Yep. Can we stop by the mausoleum? I would like to pick up the puppet.
Yep, you're heading towards the. From Dr. Zakari, let's see, Fiddle and Blind I can see, then Dr. Zakari's, and heading on out on the sides of the city. You find it by skirting the city and going to the huge wall that goes around the whole lot. And finally this massive tower appears, looming out of thin.
Also, I would like to give Zolotl his 26 silver back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Just reminding you to do that.
Putting it back in.
Okay.
Okay, you find the mausoleum, and it looks like a enormous. I'll find a better description for you.
Cool.
The first thing you hear of it is you can hear some sort of like a keening wail from high up in the sky. And then this massive chimney comes into view. The chimney might be 10, 20, 30, maybe 60 to 80 feet across.
Is there a door or anything?
A vast tower of black stone reaches into the sky. Green flame burns in the arched windows, and shadowy shapes move to and fro within. At the peak, the tower is still under construction, some thousands of feet up into the sky. You can see it because it's fairly clear today.
It is now.
Yeah.
Do they have a front door?
It's not so much. I'll move you to a map just to. Let's have a look. There we go.
Is it? Oh, it's a statue. I was like, is that a dead person? Then it the resolution cleared off, and I was like, oh.
It's similar to the fallen, the broken prison.
Yeah.
This probably was a much larger place, and you find a shattered bridge which you can sort of easily climb your way up to, and then there's these series of archways. There we go. Leading to a front door as such, a bit further to the south.
Okay, so can I still see the sky if I walk up to the front door? So the spell won't go yet?
Yeah, once you get to about here, any further in and you move inside the mausoleum. You'll be
Hello?
you'll be indoors after
Would
that.
someone like to just knock and see if we could grab it with going inside?
Yeah. Is it like a contactless sort of system where they just leave it out the front hidden somewhere and you pick it up?
You can't see it. You can't see a little doll by the leaning against the post box. On the other side of this broken bridge, there's a broken archway tumbled into the rain and mud. 3 more archways still standing lead to a way across the bridge towards a tower entrance. There's a bit of a drizzle pouring down over the arches, not from rain now, but just that trickle that comes from an accumulation. And over the faces engraved in the keystones, giving them the appearances of weeping.
Is there anywhere near, like, to knock here, or do we have to go up to the tower?
And the doorway's open. It looks like you can peek through into the round area. There's a circular room.
Okay. Alright, I'll go just, like, to the threshold and peek in and sort of go, hello?
Ta-da!
Oops, somehow we scooped up Clara with us, but she's not there. Let's have a look.
I'll just put
I
myself
mean,
sort
she
of...
can
I'm
do
doing a
this if
follow-up
she
on
wants
this.
to.
Yeah, she's just following you everywhere now.
Yeah.
I think she likes you.
So she needs to check how well the thief took.
Yeah, true.
You do some
Mhm.
The
research.
the circular room is open to the elements, and you can see that it's wet on the floor on the inside just by coming through this doorway and a few cracks in the walls. But it's very thick walls of the tower itself and sturdy. And there's these silent humanoids that seem to be sort of wrapped in some sort of material, but it's grimy and dark, running up and down their torsos. They're drenched, and they don't seem to care or notice. And one walks over to you and speaks in a sort of rattling sigh, and you can see their face is also wrapped over, but between 2 bandages or 2 strips of cloth, their mouth is visible.
Okay.
And they say, "You have come to deposit your dead. So be it. This is the mausoleum. Say your farewells. Leave them in our care."
Good to know. I would, but our dead has already departed. However, there was an ad for a puppet in the local zine.
It's the creature sort of cocks its head to one side and said, "A what in the what? This is a
Am I
place."
at the wrong place? This is mausoleum. This is no.
He says, "This is a place of rest for the dead, the home of..." And he looks up towards the top of the tower and says, "The home of she who wails."
I think the ad mentioned a house next to the mausoleum.
Yeah, it's in between places. It's near the mausoleum, not at the mausoleum, right? That's what I thought it was, but
That's the spider thing. But the ad said house next to the mausoleum.
it's okay. I'm happy to be confused
Yeah.
and confuse these people too.
She's,
Thanks for that.
Wrong door.
this
Yeah. Wait, I've got 46 written down. It's actually 64. Sorry, my bad.
He says, "We've had one like you," and points to you, Deaky.
Oh,
One of your number deceased and returned.
ooh.
You mean
Yep.
Sir Petrus?
Bird person?
Do you mean a bird person or
A follower of the Red Lady.
the
Oh, so cool.
yeah? Which group of you?
Yeah.
Right.
That would be so cool, I imagine.
Interesting. What does that mean? I look at you like I actually don't know anything about you.
So he says
So-called
they
recently
have
had
him.
to pass.
He came and then he left, I think.
No, he is to be returned.
He died, right? You're talking about dead.
He's returning to the
This
living.
is
The character, the being looks at you and says, "This is not a place for the living. The wise do not tarry here. However, death invites the foolish first to his embrace, as it ever was thus."
Cool. So you don't have like brochures or takeaway menu or no. Okay. We should probably go.
Can I just
Yeah.
quick detect good and evil?
Okay.
Yeah, are these people like undead?
They detect as undead. They look undead. I'll put a thing in the chat for you.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than 10 of them in this room. If you look in Discord, you'll see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, looking in Roll20.
Nice.
The temperature is hot in here,
Oh, cool.
damp and uncomfortable. Ceiling's about 15 feet tall, so quite high, arched, with perfect
Whoa.
ash grey bricks. It's an architectural marvel. The
Interesting.
mausoleum is lit by these green versions of like continual flame in braziers on the side of the walls.
The
Is there like a
green
dead
stuff?
smell here?
Yeah, there's a smell, a sulphurous smell.
Mm.
There's burning above somewhere.
Excuse me, but may we ask, who is the wailing lady? And I look up towards the top of the tower from where I'm standing back.
She's always been here and she grieves from above. We serve her. And construct this edifice at her command.
A quick question: is the type of undead kind of giving Sir Petrus vibe or the regular old zombie vibe?
What do you mean?
Like, so when I used detect and I sensed Sir Petrus when you were back in the prison, you said that it feels different
Right.
than the regular,
Oh, no, this detects as undead.
just undead.
Fully
Okay.
sick undead. Yeah. In fact, all 13 creatures in this room are all undead.
The Kill Bill alarm music is playing throughout those head.
Uh-oh.
One of the other ones looks at you and says, "We serve she who wails beyond death to aid her in the construction of this mausoleum. We harm no one. Can you say the same, adventurer?"
That's not my job is to harm the likes of you. Filthy undead infesting the realm of the living. You say this is no place for the living ones.
This is a
I
home for the
say-
dead.
No. This is a living abomination, an affront to life.
Well, maybe it isn't. I mean, I'm up for a good slaughter as the next kind of person, but maybe we just, walk away and leave them alone. Maybe.
We could just walk away. This is a place for the dead, they said, right?
Yeah.
Would you say the same thing about a festering wound, seeping pus? It only gets worse. We must cut it away.
There are many dead in this place, in this city. The corpses are given to the purifying fires and the ashes baked into bricks to build this mausoleum ever higher. It is a most efficient way to acquire materials. Brick will crumble and fade, A tower made of lost hope will endure forever.
Honestly, this whole city could be described as a cesspit. You know, why just pick on this one place? It's
not exactly the most stable of places.
You are free to ascend if you choose. And they gesture to the staircase, the circular staircase that goes up.
Criella was here, she would already be halfway up the stairs.
After hearing what everything's made out of, Riddle's like, ew. And I'm just kind of backing away from anything that she might touch, and even on tippy toes, like she's not happy to be there.
Say what you want, but I don't like it one bit. The
Me
undead
neither. Let's
should-
get out.
The undead don't belong here. Not to mention the rules of this place specifically say that you shall not try to reach heavens. Isn't the heights where the spider feeds on the innocent?
The mausoleum,
Last time-
the mausoleum is ever growing. One day, when the dead outnumber the living, we might return to our true home amongst the stars, and she who wails has predicted.
You and your extraplanar deities worry me not, but your presence here is unwelcome. Why don't you and your...
And with a rather... If Lazar could make a grimace, that will be happening right now. Say,
You and your brethren, why don't you use your furnace? Cleanse yourself. Spare me some work.
Are we heading into a
if
fight?
I don't know.
I can try to intimidate the undead.
Okay, you can roll intimidation.
Can I do guidance on? Oh no, I can't. I'm back out here.
15.
Can I help with pulling my celestial blade out?
Ooh, that's nice.
Okay, they sort of move back. Let's have a look.
Awesome.
Oh man, those things are so creepy looking.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Why did we want to come here again?
We're in the wrong. We're
Came
in the
here
wrong
by
spot.
mistake, actually.
We needed to go next door.
We're just like
Outside.
back up, like
They
guys.
they bow their heads to you, Sir Lottle, and just take a few steps back.
So, Lottle,
I
I know your work is important, but this place is making my skin crawl. I think I might be allergic to this place. Can we go? Riddle's gonna start pretending to scratch herself. Like she's getting hives.
Right, this is an itchy place. Let's leave.
I'm happy to roll a deception if I need to.
That's right.
Nope, 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 nope.
I mean, go for it.
Gonna convince him that you're itchy.
I'm
Yeah,
allergic to this place.
I'm basically looking for a reason not to do it, so give me something.
yeah.
Here. Deception, because I am lying.
I lie.
Oh, nice.
30, 20.
Yeah, definitely good.
Nice.
My passive insight is like 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well. But the cleansing must be done one way or another. I will return.
Oh, sorry.
can come back.
I would never do that. Yeah, I would never do the last line.
I'll be back.
Nice. Yes.
All right. So you move away from the area.
Yeah.
Nope, out of there.
Paladin is exhausting. You have to aggro on almost everything.
After you got all of the tokens out as well. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, DM.
Oh no, that's now they're here for just in case next time. I don't have to worry about it.
When we come back to cleanse this place, we'll be ready.
One of them says, if you bring your dead here, lest they end up washed into the centre of the city.
Oh.
We'll be back after I get some antihistamines.
Okay. All right. And you move around, and hunting, skirting around the city, around the mausoleum, which occupies a block. You do find a house that's got a bundle of lilies on a box outside its front door.
So this is where the lily plague started.
Yeah, right. It's all connected, man. It's all connected.
Connected. Yep.
Smells better.
I'm gonna walk up to the box
Okay.
and look, sort of look around the area a little bit.
What's in the box?
I'm thinking this might be the puppet. Is that what would I do to just sort of inspect the box, just to look around it a little bit?
Yeah, you can do an
Double
investigation.
check.
I'm gonna watch out for
Okay.
anyone like sneaking up on us. Watch out back.
Does
Okay.
this look like what I'm looking for?
Well, it looks just like a wooden box. It's got a lid with a
Just a
hinge.
drop box.
How big is it? How big's the box?
2 feet tall.
Oh, so it's standing up?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna open the box.
Okay. You look at it and you open it up, and it looks like there's a wooden puppet in there.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, like a little marionette puppet?
No, it's one that you would stick your hand up
it-
its back.
Mm.
Oh, it's a talking one.
Yeah.
The one you like ventriloquist puppet?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh.
Creepy.
And it's been the one of its right hand has been fashioned with a hammer in its hand, and the left hand has got a wooden stake. And it's
Oh,
dressed.
so it's
and
like a Van Helsing type puppet.
it's a Van Helsing puppet, and it's dressed in
Oh,
sort of like
God.
a leather waistcoat and a white shirt.
I am not touching that.
Okay.
I love it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pick it up with my two hands.
Okay. You pick it up,
Just
and
like-
it's and the head twists around to you and says, "I love you too."
It's very nice to meet you. Do you have a name?
I'll let you give it its name.
I think I'll call you Henry.
That's right. How did you guess? Henry. Anyway, and the head, it doesn't really look, it's not free-wheeling, it just like pans left and right, because there's probably a stick inside that twists left and right, but it just does it without you doing anything. And it says, right, where's the vampires?
Well, Henry, we haven't found any yet, but
There's
we're an
zombies. Do
adventuring
they
group,
count?
And we run across lots of monsters, so I think you'll have your opportunity.
Perfect. There's nothing
Would
I
you like
like
to-
better than driving stake through hearts.
Vampire
I'm going
hearts,
to-
though, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Can
yeah.
we
Just
hear
clarifying.
Can we hear this conversation, DM,
Yes.
or is
Oh, yeah,
it
yeah.
just between
It's talking common.
Right.
It's talking common.
out loud 2D so we
Is
can?
it actually like a ventriloquist dummy though that like the voice is actually of sorry, I've forgotten your character.
Diki. Oh,
Dicky. Like she's like it's actually her voice.
yeah.
But
I assumed we were hearing it though.
conky vibes.
Yeah.
So you can.
Ooh,
you
cool.
can,
So we got this now.
you can add
Where
to your
are we going?
You can add to your inventory a talking doll. I think they're in the available to find in the magic items.
Give her a little time. I'm sure she can come up with some chaos.
I'll move us back to the main map. The party.
Oh, awesome. And I'm going to stick, Henry, if you don't mind, I'm going to put him in the backpack, but I'm going to leave his head popping out sort of and that. So
Okay.
he's got a little freedom and he can see
Oh,
what's
Okay.
going on.
like those dog backpacks, you know, where the dogs have their like arms
That
and
way.
legs out and their head.
Thank you. But can you leave my left arm out too, just in case I need to scratch myself?
Okay, and I'm going to pull that
Okay.
little arm out.
All right. So his left arm is the one with the spike in it, so it can sort of wave its hand around.
That would be very handy too, Henry. Just
I got your back.
be careful of hitting anybody.
Scratcher,
But you've got
right?
Oh, I love you.
Mm.
You're so good.
Okay, you make your way past the Shrine to the Red Lady to the north, past Nerian's bookstore, and find your way along the far south of the city until you get to, and I've got a handout I'll be able to share. This part of the city, a lot of the buildings close in on one another. They're not really wide streets. 2 or 3 story buildings with very narrow pathways between them. Let's have a look. Handouts, there we go. Don't know if you can see that or not.
Which one is it called?
The dancing spider.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep.
it's boarded up. The door is slightly open, and it's only maybe 2 meters wide, the area that it occupies between 2 buildings. It looks like it's the post, the sign out the front looks like it is a inn post, as if it is a place of lodging.
Well, shall we? I think,
It's a
as we are.
There's a broken tavern sign hanging on one hinge, and there's an image painted onto the boards, something many-legged and wriggling. There's an abandoned sandwich board lying on the street, fallen over, that tells you that this was once the inn of the Dancing Spider. It may have had windows at some stage, but they've been boarded up, probably nailed shut. The front door is broken in the entranceway. It seems dark inside, and water is clearly seeped up through the foundations. There's graffiti on the walls.
Graffiti in common.
Yes, yep. And graffiti can sometimes be hard to make out, but after a few moments you can figure out. There's 2. The one on one side of the door says, "Who calls? A smile for thee, beloved." And the other one, different writing, probably a different age, different time, says, "Lilies for the dead, lilies in my head."
That's a bit morbid.
What hour through the day are we now? I imagine we've progressed past 4.
Yes. Yeah, you've walked halfway around the city, so it's about a half-day trip without any stops.
Are we going to go in, or are we going to continue on to the asylum?
Well, you want to see what this key does, yeah?
We're here, so we might as well go in.
I'm fascinated.
Okay.
But, consensus.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
we are trying to. We're pursuing
Riddle walk straight in.
Cecilia.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I look up
Cool.
at the
Yeah.
sky and
Yeah.
sigh, and then resignately walk back in.
Okay.
Aw. Yeah, I'll try to keep like front line protectively
Okay.
of Riddle. I don't want anyone getting hurt.
There's a wide open space. Is a tap room. The first area as soon as you go through the front door. There's tables piled up against the wall as if it's been sort of cleared out. There's water dripping from the ceiling and spilling out onto the floor in large puddles.
Okay.
There's dust around. Does it seem like people have actually, like, there's been not necessarily people, but there's been movement in here, or does it seem like this is long abandoned with no movement in there?
There's no movement, and it doesn't no signs of recent activity or anything.
Yeah.
No lanterns. It's completely dark. How are you seeing? Do you want to light a torch of some sort?
Gonna say Lauren wants to use his new stick, so he uses the light cantrip.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
You cast the light cantrip and the top of the staff starts to glow with this pale green light, and a sort of a lurid, bright green. The smell of damp is choking, and it's very cold in here. A chill mist covers the floor.
Like unnaturally cold compared to outside? Or just it's just cold?
Yes, no, unnaturally cold. But however, you spot a bit of movement towards the back, and there's a skeleton wiping down the bar with a rag. And as you enter,
I'll put myself between the group and the skeleton as soon as I see it.
It cocks its head curiously to you, Ashtar, and performs a sort of florid little curtsy.
Hello?
It just gestures in a sort of Jack Sparrow way, but doesn't say doesn't say anything. There's stairs next to the bar leading upwards towards the first floor and downwards, presumably to a cellar of some sort.
Does this skeleton, like, it's looking at us? Like, I know they don't have eyes, but
yeah, it's looking towards you and seems...
It's acknowledged us and isn't... Okay. But doesn't say anything to me saying hello?
No, it doesn't.
Right.
Wonder if you ordered a drink, Ashtar.
He seems friendly enough. I'll approach the bar
Okay.
and just is there like bar stools, or is it?
There's some against the wall. You could go and grab one and pull one up.
I'm gonna try to kind of be casual and pull up a bar stool and say, just as casually as you would a normal bartender, and be like, "How's your day?"
It sort of just shrugs.
Yeah, you look dead tired. Ha ha.
Yeah.
I laugh at my own joke.
As you get closer, you can see the skeleton probably it lost its jaw some time ago.
Yeah, fair. But it did kind of indicate, like it shrugged, like it was kind of communicating.
You could tell that it could understand what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I bet he's laughing on the inside, Ashtar.
Yeah. I don't have lungs. I can't actually laugh. I'm sorry. It's not that your joke was bad. It's just, curse of being undead like this. No. Well, in conversational tone again, just say, just trying to gauge the response as much as you can read a skeleton.
Yeah.
Just say, my friends and I aren't here to cause trouble. We just have to have a look upstairs. Is that okay?
The skeleton looks to the staircase and looks upstairs and then looks back at you and sort of shrugs and turns its head on one side in a sort of Elon Musk way. And looking at the stairs, you can see the stairs just go straight to the ceiling and end. They don't.
Oh.
There's no hole in the ceiling.
I don't. All right. I thought they went up to like a floor where there were rooms.
The skeleton sort of looks at you, and then taps its temple, and looks around, and then goes as if it's puts two hands with the fingers touching each other, and then as if it's pulling two sliding doors apart.
Okay. So I will just follow its gaze and be like, oh, this way.
And you feel that the infinite stair is accessible from here.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Thank you, sir.
Gives you a nod. Gives you a.
Is there anything I can do for you in exchange? I know you can't talk, but perhaps we can communicate.
It points to its jaw.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Is there a jaw around? Like, is it just, like, broken or something? Or I guess it'd point to that.
Yeah,
then.
as you start looking around, it comes up and there's this piece of jaw that's in 3 pieces.
Yeah, okay. Wow, anyone got a mending?
I do.
I don't think it knits bone, though, does it? I mean...
No, but I could...
At this point, it's a material, not a biological thing.
Corpses are objects.
Yeah.
I could send him a message.
It doesn't say that it doesn't do bone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not meant to, like, heal bones when there's a person with a broken bone.
No.
But...
This is.
I feel like in this case, exactly. It's more like a material, right?
We can only
so
try.
I was thinking it.
Mm-hmm. So is
It's
that
Anyone?
Is that Deke?
Yeah.
I look around.
Yes, this is Deke.
Okay.
Deke's got the cantrip, so we might as well try.
So Deke comes up to the bar. You can use get out your wand or focus, whatever it is, and you can, with 2 mending spells, join the 3 pieces of broken jaw together.
Yeah.
And the skeleton reaches forward and then puts the jaw back there, and then like it seems to fuse on as soon as it's put back together.
Hey!
Nice.
Okay.
Look at that.
And then you see, just like someone's been punched in the jaw, and they sort of like use their hand to wiggle it side to side.
Click.
Test it out a little bit.
Give us a smile.
Okay. And the jaw just like turns to you and then opens wide.
Oh,
Yeah. Looking good, my friend.
Thank you again.
So, yeah, I'll just do the, like, thank you kind of nod that you do
Okay.
to people, and I'll try to maybe turn to the group and say, shall we?
Let's go.
For the sake of this, I think Soto was outside for the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh god, how's he gonna react?
Okay.
Oh. I was waiting for Sizzle to say something, and I was like, come on, don't interrupt just yet. Just wait. Let me get the info first.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's outside. He doesn't know what's happening.
Okay.
Okay.
And where to from here? Are you gonna? You've got anything else to say?
Get to the room. Oh.
Well, there was a downstairs and an upstairs. The upstairs didn't go anywhere. There was like it was like, he mentioned that it was like a way we could access the infinite stair.
Can he
from this
lead
place.
us to the room J5?
So you ask the room J5, and it looks quizzically at you, and then gestures of the pulling apart the 2 sliding doors.
Yeah. Same direction. Okay.
Go up the stairs.
I will go that way and wait for the group to be with me and then try to push through.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't want to just disappear again on everyone. I'm waiting for the group this time.
Yeah. So you're going to try and pull everyone through. Can you roll your check for me?
Which check are we doing again?
It'll be. I think Ashtar's trying to escort everyone through.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be
Yeah.
charisma versus intelligence. A charisma check.
Lauren is very good at these now. Just saying.
Yeah.
So 12,
Uh,
12 over 10.
So you got a 12 and you beat your 10 intelligence, and so you're starting to part ways. You need to do a second one. You need 3 successes. Not 3 successes, but it takes 3 goes.
Two of 3
And-
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's a 19, so that
Okay.
also
So you're
gets through.
almost there, and you can feel the door opening. One last check.
And I got a 20
Okay.
that time. So
3 successes. Okay, so you pull everyone through, and you can feel this key somehow activate. It's almost sensing its partner lock.
Who has the key on them?
I
Which
do.
person's? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
I think I have.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that just in a pocket, so I sort of reached down
Okay.
into my.
It's like
thing, and I was
humming.
like, something's happening with the key. It belongs in here.
And Deeki, as you're holding this key, you can feel the presence of a door somewhere above. At this point, you can also hear the beating of large leathery wings beneath you.
Yeah,
We
we
need to get
can't just
upstairs
hang
now.
around.
Go. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's.
There's a
All right.
door.
Okay, so you go racing up the stairs before the Aya Broken comes. And the first door you come to has a similar sort of a note, a sound, almost like this key has also got a tone associated with it.
Okay, I'm going to use the key on the door.
Okay, and
Can't
as
get
you
us
do,
through.
you click it, and it's almost as if similar to the way you go to the stair, is you just manifest somewhere else.
Do we all go? Like we're all together, right?
Yeah,
So I think
I'm presuming
all of been as a group.
when Deeki does that, she's also pulling everyone else out with her
Yeah.
as you're all together.
And can I take the key back with me?
Yeah, the
As you
key
do that?
the key is still in your hand at the time you step
Okay.
through.
Cool.
And you manifest in a small, cozy room with no doors or windows, but it looks like it might be a internal room of an inn. There's an old lady asleep in a bed in the corner, and she's tucked up with thick woolen blankets, and there's a small candle by her bedside still illuminating the chamber, just with a faint light.
Does the candle seem like it's been burning long? Like, is it burnt low or?
It's burnt.
It's just kind of-
It's burnt low. It's not sputtering or anything, but you know,
Yeah.
looking at it, it's probably only got a matter of hours left.
Yeah. Okay. And there's nothing else. No one else in the room. No
No,
movement or scary shadows or.
yeah, well, there's plenty of scary shadows, but no, nothing moving or anything.
I'd like
I'm
like,
going
detect
to-
magic or something. Sorry.
No, I was.
You go ahead.
Well, my suggestion is, I can cast a true seeing on somebody. Maybe that will provide us some more information.
Good idea. Yes.
Yeah. Dee, would you allow me? And I reach into my pouch, pull out some cream, and kind of gingerly put it across her eyes as I hum a little tune and cast my little spell and give her true seeing.
Nice.
And Dee, you cast your eyes around the room, suddenly it's open to you, and you can see that this little old lady is not sleeping, she's dead.
Oh.
She's not undead, but there's some sort of magical preservation. So she hasn't rotted or deteriorated anyway, almost as if she's in some sort of stasis, just to keep her this way, in this state, probably indefinitely. You can also see that there's a powerful magic item in her hand. The little candle is affected by a similar stasis, so it probably would never burn down, even though it's giving off light.
Okay. Does she look familiar at all?
No.
Mm.
Are you guys on a different map?
But she looks at peace. No, we're not using a map for this
No.
one. It's just
Okay.
a single room.
Hmm.
I might be able to find one.
Wyatt brought us here.
What was the
And why was Cecilia here? Why did somebody want or love this person enough to want to preserve them?
Yeah. And how long for? How old is this room?
How
How
long
long
have
has
they
it been
been-
like this?
Can I tell
mean-
how long they've been dead for?
Well,
But,
that's the thing, is that they're preserved. So the magic has preserved them
Is
at the point of death. Although you can tell that from your true sight, even, it's showing up that there's a lot of dust on the floor, probably, a matter of years.
And the dancing spider's been abandoned for a long time too, right?
Yes, yep.
So this is not a new thing. But Cecilia had the key to this place? Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, she was holding
Isn't
a
it?
book that had the key in it.
Since we found the key in the library, I think it's safe to assume she didn't get to use it. Or maybe she used it and it dropped there. If she bumped straight from the library.
Yeah. Is there any anything else in here? Any books or any?
Only whatever some sort of item she's holding in her hand, which is highly magical.
Yeah, but that's not like I don't want to take it from her right now. But is there any like sigils or symbols on it or text or anything on this object?
It looks like It looks like like the handle of a dagger sort of thing.
Okay.
But she's holding it upside down and she's snuggled up in bed, so you can just see the bottom of the handle poking out at the top of her two hands.
Yeah, sure.
Could I do a detect magic to identify the type of magic that it's?
Yeah, abjuration. You can tell that from the true sight in any case.
Abjuration. So taking the object is we're thinking that's a bad idea.
I think it might be some kind of protective object. I suspect it could either undo this magic or potentially have a negative consequence for us. It might be a ward of some kind.
I have a suggestion. It might not work, but I could try reviving her.
Yeah. I mean, can you speak with dead or something?
No, I could try reviving her.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah, I just thought if that didn't work, maybe.
You have a
I
$300
think
diamond?
I do.
Xeroto has plenty.
Yeah, Zlothel bought some.
Perfect.
Okay, so if Zlotl has plenty, did we want to attempt and maybe we could talk to her?
I think that's a good idea. I mean, if we can bring anyone back to life, it's a good idea, right?
Also, Ashtar can do that actually, for free. With the sword.
I've got Where is that
Revivify.
note?
Yeah. And since the body has
Yeah.
been preserved, maybe.
It would be like if it's preserved at the point of death, then I feel
So,
Sorry,
like
I'm just gonna open
where
my
you're
sword
going
notes.
is doesn't stop. I mean, it brings them back to, doesn't kind of dispel whatever was killing them in the first place. Is that what you were getting
No,
to?
and it doesn't do anything that would died of old age, so it might not work. But
Yeah, but there's absolutely no magic that returns people who died from old age.
no. But
So-
if she didn't die of old age and she was preserved for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's worth a shot for sure. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, especially if Asta can do it for free, that would be the way to go.
okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to try?
Sorry, I can't find the notes about the sword. Yes.
Solace, right?
Sorry?
While they're talking about revivify, Riddle would like to cast Mage Hand and use it to try and tug the object out of the old woman's grasp, or out of this woman's grasp.
Okay.
Oh no.
You see a hand appear, and what looks like a mirror floats up into the air. It's a hand mirror, like a hairbrush size. It's an odd, sort of irregular triangle shape, the piece of glass that it's made of.
Oh yeah, it says I can cast Revivify, requiring no components. But I can only do it once a day.
How many times today have you done it?
I may have done it today at some point. I haven't
No.
done it ever. Yeah.
Diki, this mirror has a similar amount of magic within it as as Aloran's staff.
Ooh.
Oh, that wasn't me who picked it up. That was
No, but you've got the true sight. You can see them both.
Oh, I got the true sight. Okay, I'm just like, that is a magic mirror.
You can tell that it's a piece of a fragment of a much larger mirror that's probably been broken off at some point and fashioned into a hand mirror.
what is it with this place in mirrors?
And I'm just going to kind of make it head towards Dicky.
Okay.
Is there anything special about it?
The hand gripping the mirror floats over towards you, Diki.
Okay, and so can I do like an investigation with or a perception with advantage or something since I have the true sight, or how does this work?
Yeah, well, I guess you've already had a pretty decent look at it with true sight, and that's how you could tell straight away that it was a piece of a larger mirror, and like a triangular fragment, probably broken off at some stage, and it's then been bound and had a back and a handle put on it.
Okay, and I start pointing it out and like without touching it, I'm just like, look at these edges. They don't quite match up, and it's been filed down. This is part of something else that might still be around, but it's very powerful.
It's radiating strong abjuration magic.
Can you turn it over towards the back? Well, it's just a piece of mirror itself that's magic, not the casing.
So Revivify doesn't take long to cast, does it?
No.
It's one action.
Yeah, it's just like an action. Yeah. Cool.
So do you want to do that with the sword?
Yeah, if everyone is brace themselves, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull out my Lifebringer sword and try to cast Revivify.
Okay.
on
You turn the blade over so that the word solace is showing towards the old woman. Comfort or consolation in time of distress or sadness. You lay the sword across her, magic flares, and her eyes open. They stare at the ceiling for a moment, and then she takes a breath, and her mouth opens, toothless mouth, and then she just goes, ah, 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 and starts like screaming at the top of her lungs.
It's okay. It's okay. Calm. It's okay.
I'm going to walk over and what do I have?
A mallet.
I'm just going to touch her lightly on the shoulder, like try to be very calming, and
Okay.
cast Cure Wounds,
Okay.
just in case there's
She lets you cast cure wounds. She's not thrashing and whatnot, but whatever she's looking at, she's screaming at, and she doesn't seem to stop. The cure wounds goes off. It goes off though.
Is she screaming towards the mirror or something else in the room?
Yeah, like, is there something that she's specifically looking at, or just like a blank stare kind of?
It's a blank
terror?
stare. Blank stare.
Yeah. Does anyone have calm emotions?
Try putting the mirror in front of your face.
I guess. I don't. Who took the mirror? I was busy reading. Sorry.
Elarin is holding it with Mage Hand, right?
You've got it? Okay.
No, I had it
Riddle's
with
got
my
it with
hand,
Mage
so I'll just send it over to her face.
Hit her in the face on the way past.
Okay. You hold it over. Over at her. Who's holding it, or is this the mage hand?
It's the Mage Hand. I don't
Okay.
want to touch it. I've got a
Alright.
hunch.
So the mirror, and it goes over to her, and she pauses for a moment, and she squints, looking up into the mirror, looking deeply into it. Then, as if she's like peering, trying to see something, and eventually
Does she have a reflection?
Eventually her head sort of squashes back into the pillow, as if recoiling, and her eyes go wide, and then and she starts thrashing and screaming again.
It helped a little.
Okay. I just continue trying to calm her, basically, as best I can.
She's not looking at any spot in the room, and Decky's true sight doesn't pick up on anything in the room.
No, no. Decky's true sight's not picking anything that she might be looking at or whatnot.
And I try casting Hypnotic Pattern on her.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
It's a Wisdom 18 save.
Yep. Okay. And
18.
she can't do anything then, is that right?
She's charmed.
Yeah, okay.
And
If outside the creature becomes charmed, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Okay. All right. Okay. She stares at it and looks at it, or maybe through it, or you don't know. But you know, you do the hypnotic pattern above her head, so that it's within her gaze. But she continues to just scream at the top of her lungs. It's starting to get grating on you all.
Yeah.
I'd like to try and use my Fey presence. Once as an action, I can cause a creature in a 10-foot cube to make a wisdom saving throw or become charmed or frightened. Obviously, in this case, choose charmed. It has to beat a DC of 18.
Okay. All right. Okay. Where are you? Are you going over there to
Yeah, I'll wander
her
over.
bedside? Okay. She's staring up at the ceiling, and her eyes dart across to you, and she grabs your hand in a vice-like grip and pulls it into her chest and holds it tightly, your paw, Riddle, as if you are her saviour. and she continues to scream.
It's like, breathe, my friend. Try and calm yourself, and we may be able to help you and get rid of this fear you feel. If you can explain to us.
And she sits up and launches across at you and huddles you close, as if you're both as if she's almost protecting you from something or from some sort of threat that she imagines.
She's still screaming?
Yes.
Oh, my poor ears.
Can I try the remove curse and see if that does anything?
Yep.
I'm patting her head at the same time.
Also, while this is happening, can I try to put my ring of regeneration on her so that she starts healing every 10 minutes?
I think she'll need to attune to it, so it probably will take an hour before it kicks in. Yeah.
Well,
but I'll still try. See what happens. Yep. And sorry, I missed. What was Diki doing, or was it?
I was going to try remove curse just to see if
I see.
she's got
in there already.
an attunement to that mirror or something.
Yeah. Okay, you cast a remove curse, but it doesn't change her shouting.
Okay.
So
Lauren's by this point getting really sick of the sound, and so is casting silence.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Thank you.
By this point, Riddle's ears are flat against her head.
But now we can't talk because we're inside the silence.
I didn't say it was a good idea, but it was just like...
Okay, Xerato's gonna mime pointing at the backside, the blunt side of his axe and the lady's head, and just mimic knocking motion. And then raise his hands in a question to everyone.
You get 2 thumbs up from Lauren.
Yeah, I think I do a big shaking my hands like no. No, don't do that.
Understandable. But he will shrug and he'll take out his, I think, last scroll of greater restoration.
Okay.
Does that require verbal components?
Yeah, I'm reading. I think you need to read it out loud.
I can drop the spell whenever we want. That's a message I can send to Sir Lottle.
Saying the spell is in because having the spell is on blah 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 blah. You can read the scroll and cast it spell without providing any material components. I don't know. Just say if it's out loud. But whichever way, and I think Daiki should be casting it because then there's no chance of failing.
Okay, so you want me to use your scroll and cast it?
Yeah.
As Lauren understands, passing the scroll to Diki, he then takes a bit of breath and then drops silence.
Okay. So you drop silence and suddenly you can check your Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I've got images of Aphex twins come to daddy. They're all taken from that. Screenshots from that.
The second time today that "Come to Daddy" has come up.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
How weird.
Anyway. Okay, so remove curse goes off.
No, greater restoration.
Greater restoration. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm throwing everything I got at this lady.
Okay, and she stops screaming and slumps.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Money well spent.
I'm sorry, what? Did you say something that's ringing in my ears?
And she has this slow,
Oh.
rhythmic breathing once again.
She conscious?
No, she's sort of lost consciousness,
Well, we are back to square one.
but breathing.
So what's? Are we just going to leave her here? Are we going to take her with us?
I wanted
What's the
to
plan?
question her.
Okay. And then we kill her again, or should we take her with us?
Leave her here.
No. She doesn't belong here any more than the undead and other filth belongs in our world.
Then we take her with us,
I'm
maybe
not
to
really-
the.
I'm not really keen on
reserves.
killing old lady.
I mean,
No.
there is. Go.
I mean, if she did die, would she be worse off than she was before? Not saying we kill her. I'm just pointing out the situation.
And she's an
Yeah.
independent person
I'm not sure
who
that
could
I'm-
get through the door herself.
The way I see it, until she pays me back 1,000 gold, she's not independent at all.
Okay.
How long are you going to wait for her to come around, or are you trying to bring her back to consciousness?
Is she just asleep?
Yeah, she
exhausted
she
type deal?
looks. Yeah, seems just exhausted.
Can we do some like medicine check to see if we can speed up the process?
All right.
Yep.
I have
Yeah.
a pretty high medicine check. Did you want me to see
Oh.
what I can do? Or
Okay.
you can go.
Yeah, maybe it's better that you go. Yeah.
Okay. So Solotl has a crack and goes, I don't know. I bandaged her head up.
Just smack her cheeks left and right.
Yeah. Yep. Solotl's out of ideas.
Yeah. I gave it my best shot.
He threw a book at her.
Yeah. Right.
If we wanted to move her, I could make her smaller.
We could
Ooh.
put her in Spike.
Um.
I could polymorph her into, I don't know, a cat.
Deaky, do your medicine check. Was it Deaky?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, 19. Okay. So you get your medicine kit out, you get some salts, wave it, give her the right sort of temple massage or whatever it is. Get her into the right position to increase circulation, and eventually her eyes open and she says, "Oh, hello, dear."
In common.
Yes.
Hi. Very nice to meet you. Finally. What's your name?
Feeling better?
I am. But oh so tired.
No. Why were you kept in a room in an animated state holding a magical mirror?
Oh, I just need rest. That mirror,
My
you can have it if you wish. It's the
My
fetching.
friend, you've
It's the
had
fetching
quite a
mirror.
rest.
Fetching mirror. Fetching mirror.
As in, it brings you things.
It takes you home. You can walk the hidden ways.
Okay.
Walk the hidden ways. Do you use it to go up and down the stairs?
Oh no, dear. You can use it to just look within and say, "I want to go home," and it will take you to your sanctuary.
Oh, how wonderful.
Is this room your sanctuary?
It is, but I'm ready to rest now.
Okay. One more question though. Why, in the name of all that's holy, were you screaming like that?
Oh, that mirror. That mirror is a piece of a larger one, and you can have moments of madness from looking within.
Good to know.
It has an ability called moment. I call moments of madness. You can learn about things, but it's not the sort of thing you really want to go digging within this place. If you hold the mirror and you want to learn about the history of a specific object or creature, you can look into the mirror and think of that thing. And instead of your own reflection, you'll see scenes of what you're thinking about, the past. It's always accurate, but cryptic, difficult to determine, and not in order necessarily, but you can do this, every so often, once per dawn. But it can addle your mind doing so, looking into the past.
Sounds like a very handy but dangerous object.
But the thing, there's the mirror is for protection, so, or at least or for holding. And I think I saw or touched the mind, or saw the nature of the thing that this mirror holds, or at least the main mirror does, that it was from.
Do you know where the main mirror is?
I hate to even think about it.
Very well. Are you perhaps aware that you are currently in a room outside of space and time? And through that door, there's an endless staircase.
Oh, yes, dear. I did use the stair once upon a time. My legs aren't what they used to be, though. I'm quite slow on the stairs.
Yeah, you see that the staircase is haunted by a demon of sorts. So if you would like to get away out of here, perhaps you should come with us.
Oh, it doesn't like this. And she has a dagger underneath her. This is a wicked blade.
Was it someone who had, like, detect magic? Up?
I have loads of those.
I would
Yeah, but
also...
it's because it... I know, you cast a different thing.
True seeing, probably it lasts for an hour. Is it still up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's still up.
Okay. So can I notice anything about the blade?
The blade is also of a similar level of magic to the staff and mirror. And she looks at you and says, "Use this on the Eye Broken. It's the only thing it fears."
May I hold it? You won't curse me with it.
She says, "Oh, yes, dear, I won't be leaving here so soon. My knees, you see." And this savage-looking knife shimmers like silver and gives off a sickly sweet smell. And she says to you, "There was a wicked man who had a wicked blade. He awoke its secrets in the plane where it was made. But when the wicked monster tried to hurl the blade aside, the wicked blade betrayed him, and that is how he died."
That
Okay.
Not creepy.
So, if I try to touch it, am I cursed?
No.
No, okay.
Anyone? Any takers?
I'm quite happy with my stick, thank you.
Ashtar, I think you prefer something bigger. But Riddle,
Generally, yes.
Riddle,
But,
Nicky.
this Would be nice
Well-
to have something to prevent this thing from attacking us.
Yes. Somebody needs to take it.
If nobody else will take it, I will.
Go ahead.
Okay. So Ashtar, you've got the wicked blade, and it's legendary and requires attunement to be able to use it.
Okay.
She says if you ever fall, the blade will betray you and turn into the weeping blade.
Okay.
And it will remain it will remain, dear, as a weeping blade, dull, oily to the touch. You'll know when it happens. But while you're holding the weeping blade, because of that sorrow, it will give your mind some protection against the madness of this place, and the blade will do so until you're filled with regret, and will only transform back into the wicked blade when you perform a telling blow, a critical hit, strike through the heart with the blade.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help.
That's a nice weapon.
She says, "But I rest."
Can I ask you one final question?
Certainly, dear.
Do you know somebody named Cecilia? I don't know her last name.
Cecilia. I do not.
We got the key to this room
She-
via her in some means. So.
Oh. Well, I don't know her. The mirror might know. If you're willing to risk your sanity. Oh, should someone cast magic at you, you can use the mirror to bounce it back at them.
That's a good thing to know. That sounds amazing.
It reflects spells.
It sounds like a good thing, even without looking into it.
I think it's the original decky. His name written on it. Any takers?
For the mirror?
Yeah.
I'll take the
You to
mirror.
look after the mirror if no one else wants it.
Decky?
Sure.
I'll put it into the chat. So there's the mirror. Quite a wall of text there. That's the fetching mirror. And who's got the wicked blade? Ashtar?
Yeah.
And are you going to attune to it?
I will, yeah.
Okay. You find that you know how she said that while it's a weeping blade, you're filled with regret and you are protected against madness. While you attune to this, while it's in the wicked blade form, you have disadvantage on saves against madness. So you're more open, more susceptible.
Okay.
And again, I'll post that into the chat as well. You could just go
cool.
and grab it. Copy. Okay. It might take some sorting out. I could post it into Discord as well. It might be a bit easier. Just for cutting and pasting.
Oh, okay. Cool.
God, critical hit on a 15 to 20.
Yeah, crit on a 15 to 20.
So I'd like the mirror. That's okay.
Okay.
I
So
mean, I don't-
these things won't be in D&D Beyond. You'll just have to note the text here and create something, or just put it in your notes somewhere. And we're starting to rack up the legendaries.
oh yeah.
So it'll take an hour or so, and she's happy to sit with you and sit up in her bed and chat. But mostly she just wants to rest. And you get the idea, and left alone.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
After that hour, you could take that opportunity for a short rest if you wanted to. Are you going to leave the room, go back to the stair?
Might as well
I'll
try
take
out
my
your new toy.
Mm.
Okay. And you can go. Remember, it'll take 3 attempts to get to the
Mhm.
Now, who wants to try and pull the party through?
Give it a go.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, Ellerin is perfect for it now, so
Eloran,
yeah.
are you now the most able to?
Well, my intelligence is 6 and my
Oh.
charisma is 18.
Okay. all
Yeah,
right.
Lauren can do it.
All right. So roll your.
Intelligence 6.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling a charisma check, right?
Yeah, you all look over at Lauren, who's looking at you sort of slack-jawed.
Yeah. I
Mm.
think at 6 you're unable to read. That's amazing.
Okay, how are we going?
Ooh.
One not so
Mm.
wonderful. But all of them beat my intelligence of 6.
Okay.
One is not
With
one.
a +7 charisma, you can't actually roll under it.
Correct.
Okay, so regardless of whether you get 2 passes and 1 fail or 3 passes, it's still successful in pulling you back to the stair, and it's just gone 1 minute past 12. So we'll appear back on the staircase, and pick up next week, where you either decide to see if Ashtar wants to cut sick and take on the Eye of Broken Tarzan style with this dagger.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, yes.
and so that you can get around on the staircase without being hassled. So we might start next week with a battle, or you could just, leave it. You can. I'm assuming you want to test it out a little.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I can look up these ability checks and things to see whether the natural one fails or not. I think it's the natural one. Yeah. And work that out. It's neither here nor there because it works regardless. It's just a matter of whether people have some exhaustion from going through or not. So
Cool.
we shall close out now with lots being achieved, I think, today. You sort of came a long way in terms of getting information. There was a bit of a slog through the library, a lot of time spent, till you finally found the key and were able to move on.
Yeah.
Cool.
We did a lot, but I don't feel like we moved much in finding the girl.
The old lady, over the course of that 1 hour, I will say that while she says she doesn't want to say where the rest of this mirror is, she says in the lake.
In the lake.
There's a hint in in the description. This mirror has been crafted from a shard of the greater mirror, which traps the heart of the city.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think we have to go underwater. Yeah.
So one big mirror was where Kreia was originally trapped. That's one that we encountered. And there was the other mirror, the silver one, that was in the auction house today.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That might be another piece of the mirror.
The one that we found, does it look similar to the other one? Like similar make?
No, that's it doesn't look like it's a shard of the same material, same dark material.
Okay.
Okay.
Perhaps the lake itself is the greater mirror.
Yeah, which it does look like when it's not raining, at least.
Mm.
The black mirror-like surface, I suppose.
I mean,
And everyone for their homework, if they haven't heard it, can go and watch Come to Daddy for a... I don't
It's
reckon...
just so weird that came up. I haven't thought of that song in so long, and it came up earlier today.
Right.
And then now this as well. It's so weird.
Well, I just thought of the little old lady yelling, and I remember the video clip.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just after midnight, so we'll wind out here and catch up again in a fortnight's time.
sure.
Nice.
All right.
That's good.
Yep. Thanks for the game.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks.
Thank
That was
you.
fun.
Yeah.
Night all.
Night.
Night.
No.
See ya.
Bye.